I like to live by example. 'Cause I can get up here all day and tell you shit, what not to do and what may happen. I can tell you some shit I know for a fact that'll happen. I'm gonna talk about what happened to me in fentanyl. Okay? Now that's something personal, right? Because, for one, I didn't set out to deal with it or have that happen to me. Yeah, I did drugs. I smoked. I did drugs. And my experience with this fentanyl thing wasn't planned. I didn't know I was getting fentanyl. Somebody, you got it? Yeah, I got it. It's fire. You know what I mean? I'm thinking it's the regular shit. And it was laced with fentanyl. And I was around people who I thought were my friends, my homies, I knew for years. And when I passed out, motherfucker left me, Left me literally, like, yo. I woke up in the hospital. And I didn't know where I was at. I was still going through it because I was still high. I was high, I don't know where I was at, but there was a lot going on. And not knowing where you are, not knowing what's going on with you, and not knowing who these people are who are strapping you down to the gurney and all that, it's troublesome, I laid there, and I'm gonna keep it a buck. I called on Allah, I called on Jesus, I called on Farrakhan, I called on anybody you could think of to get me out that situation. Here's the thing, right? Because I was under the unconscious. I was having visions, man. I saw some of my so-called friends in an animated form riding by laughing at me, with shades on. I could see who it was, and the energy it gave me when I saw the vision was that it was the devil. So it was saying to me in my subconscious that some of my friends were actually demons, devils, and they got me in this situation, or opened the door for me to get to the place where I was at. I'm gonna say luckily that a higher power intervened, because I was partially awake. So I just, like I said, the whole point of not knowing where I was at, and I was asking nurses and doctors, where am I, what day is it, and nobody had answers for me, and that was really driving me nuts, because the epiphany I had while in this state was that this is what tormenting your soul is about, bro, because not knowing where you are, what's going to happen next, what day it is, where all your loved ones are. Like, is anybody looking for me? Like, there were so many unanswered questions I had, and it was driving me freaking nuts. And I was like, this is tormenting my soul, Nevertheless, I did. Matter of fact, I fell asleep and I woke up. I thought I had been asleep for days. Come to find out, I was in the hospital maybe about 6 hours. But it felt like 3 days, because one dude, I don't know who he was, but I asked him what the day was, and he told me it was Thursday. And I was like, well, damn, I thought I was leaving Patterson and it was on the highway and made it home. In my mind, I was thinking I was in South Jersey Hospital somewhere, and that me and my mother was in the car and it blew up, and she was upstairs in another, or dead. And that's why she wasn't coming at me, and nobody was giving me no answer. The torment was crazy because I didn't know anything, bro. It was like just being stripped. But like I said, several hours later, they told me I was being released. So, got my stuff, I'm walking out the hospital. I look at the clock, it says 10-something. It's dark outside. So I'm like, well, let me go find my car. They told me I go to the police station. I go to the police station, boom, I get my car. No, they told me where my car was left at, where they picked me up at, and the car was still where it was. So I had to go try to find my car, try to find the block that my car was parked on. So I had a couple dollars, had to find an ATM. Certain things was going on, bro, because I also found out that it was not 10 something. The clock in the hospital was wrong. It was actually like 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning. And I was like, damn, because I seen the sun coming up. And I was like, what the fuck going on? You know, I'm thinking it's late night now, it's early morning. I'm like, ah. So anyway, go to ATM, get something to eat, catch a cab to the block, because the cabbie know where the block is. I don't know where that block is. I was in Passaic, the car was in Passaic. So anyway, I was able to, get my car back. And I said, oh, such and such live around the corner. So let me, go bang on her door and see if she know anything. And when I knocked on the door, she was, oh my God, you're still alive, you're alive. You know what I mean? So the sad part is, she was happy to see that I was still alive, but didn't reach out to my family. The people I was with took my valuables, took my phone. Luckily, they didn't take the car, but they took certain things, that they shouldn't have. But because I was alive, everybody wanted to get my stuff back. My friends. And then, one guy said he had to leave me there because he couldn't deal with the police questions and all that stuff that was gonna go down. And I'm like, you left me for dead, my nigga. Not to mention that one dude actually drove me around the car about 7 hours with me passed out. So he says that he was smacking me and I wasn't reacting. So basically I was damn near literally dead in the car about 5 or 6 hours while he joyrided my shit, you know what I mean? A friend, Yeah, so a lot of that transpired made me sit back and say, yo, you gotta choose your friends wisely. Because everybody ain't your friend, man, There's a lot of people that smile in your face and are very envious of you. You know what I mean? And that's just not with me. It's like that with a lot of people, bro. We all think everybody got our best interests at hand, but to be honest with you, everybody's using everybody, man, for one reason or another. And on that note, man, I'm gonna give it up and say peace, man, because that's just a part of me, man. You know what I mean? Y'all enjoy. I shared. Hope my experiences could deter somebody else from ever having to go down that road I just described, Say no to drugs. You'll enjoy life a whole lot better. Save you a couple of dollars, you know what I mean? Salute. Enjoy. Let's turn this shit off.